the description of like what you talked about, like being a bad student, like as a teacher who those are kind of my favorite students. Like it's ironically, right? Like the kids who teachers like kind of hated were like my favorites. I'm like, he is so hilarious. Like what? And most of them when like I'm who I am. I hold this stature. I'm like one of the few male teachers at the school. I'm the only black male teacher at the school. I'm also I hold them high expectations, right? Like I push their buttons a lot, sometimes intentionally, sometimes not knowing it, just stepping on a landmine of their emotions in the moment, right?
You're talking about the students, not other teachers. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I've stepped on many landmine teachers too. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a full service step owner. Like I'm just gonna ultimately I have honesty and care, right? But ultimately I defend the students. And so with teachers who are like thinking that they're in charge, who are not understanding the kids are going through stuff. And I'm like, I can't tell you his story, but maybe it would be helpful if you like one day ask him to come see you at lunch or you talk to him after school or hold him back after class and say, hey, Branch suggested I just check in with you. And maybe ask him what he's going through. He may not tell you right away, but ask him because you should know that he is carrying loads that you would never know because you're only looking at his bad grades, which is what you talked about. And you don't know that he's carrying loads that you could never imagine.
Yeah.
And it was me being an advocate for those students, which was helping build the relationship. And I think that was my secret power around school, right? I told kids, look, you don't have to like math. I don't care if you don't like math. Look, but I like you. Don't fail my class. Like if you try, you're going to pass this class. If you try, nobody's tried and not passed my class. So forget what grades you get. Just don't sit here and do nothing because I like you. You know what I'm saying? And I think trying to have that relationship that was different,
Ashanti, you said something so important. I just want to circle back to and hone in on. You said, ask them what's going on. They don't have to answer. What you're talking about is so important in terms of can we ourselves, us, open the door just a tiny bit? It's up to them to walk through it. But I think this is one of the core reasons why in this country, 80% of suicides are men. Because a lot of men don't see a crack in the door to maybe feel safe with somebody else to talk about like what's going on. So if we can open that door and just give them a little bit of crack in the door, and then maybe we come back again and just follow up and not push them too hard, but open the door a little bit more and open the door a little bit more. Right. And then they see a safe doorway to walk through.
That's it. And imagine how many men want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But have been trained when they were 6 years old, 7 years old, 10 years old that, people will make fun of you. People are going to laugh at you. And then you hold on that memory of like, I got to keep it to myself. And then the weight, the pressure becomes so overloaded. I tell young men, look, a lot of you don't think you're emotional, but you're angry all the time.
Yeah.
Like anger is an emotion. You've been told that it's cool to be a man and be angry. So you don't think it is emotion, but you're so emotional, but you only have one emotion. You got a hammer and a tickler, and you mostly walk in this room with a hammer.
And that's a surface emotion, right? There are other what's under the anger are the key questions, right? And try to shovel away that anger to see what's underneath that, dude. But you're right. Man. If I think about Nickelodeon, dude, when I was growing up watching those Nickelodeon cartoons, they cut to a commercial. What were the commercials? Monster truck. Race car monster trucks with two boys crashing them into one another going, yeah. Next commercial, two girls sitting down with an easy bake oven or a Cabbage Patch doll. And like, we've been conditioned for that shit since a really young age. Right.
That's right.
So now we just got to do our jobs in helping uncondition.